to empower women, and our voice matters.
Bitch.
Welcome to the Mom Betch Podcast. This episode of the Mom Betch Podcast is brought to you by btrnation.com. Oh, hey, busy mama. Do you need a snack that is not just healthy, but also delicious? Check out BTR Nation. With low sugar, low carb, high protein, high fiber, and low sodium, BTR Nation snacks are perfect for keeping you fueled and feeling fantastic throughout the day. Whether you're tackling your to-do list or you're enjoying a rare moment of peace, these snacks have you covered. Plus, for a limited time, you can use code MOMBETCH to get 20% off and free shipping. So do not wait. Visit btrnation.com. They even have a snack quiz so you can help discover your favorite healthy treats. Jasmine Roswell, welcome to the Mom Betch Podcast. We're so excited you're here.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
So Jasmine is the founder of Sinta Vintage, aka Sustainable Luxury Handgoods. So we are going to give all of you mom betches, and even if you're not a mom and you're listening in, all of the 411, because us women, we love our finer things. We love luxury. But I'll be honest, I've never gone through the sustainable route because I just don't trust it. So we are so excited for you to fill us in on everything that we need to know. But our first question is, can you give us just a little background of who you are? You are also a mama. And then what made you decide to start Sinta Vintage?
Sinta Vintage is actually, I guess now it's 6 months new. And I started down this journey probably like most, in love with designer handbags. Is allowed by hubby to buy one, 15 years ago, and then was able to maybe squeeze in a few more. And then that's it. And then what I tried to do was, okay, you know what, maybe that bag I don't use as much. Now kids are a little bit older, don't need the mommy bag. And then I, found the pre-love sites and was able to get that bag for a decent price, and then use the money to buy another one. And that seems like a very common story with some of the resellers, or even just people that are in my network. Like you two ladies, I have a full-time job during the day, and then I get to do some fun stuff on the side. And that's how Sinta Vintage was born. And the luxury side, I think, again, it was my passion. And then I wanted to put a bit of a creative spin on it. So it's not just about buying a luxury piece at a great price. There's also a component of helping humankind. And so 1% of every sale. I think when I started, I told my son, who's got a finance background, and I tried to pull the kids into it. I have 4 adult kids now. I had said, could I give 70% back? And he was like, no, you need to, you're running a business. It's not a hobby. So then we started to scale it back. And because I want to keep the prices very, not just competitive, accessible, I think is a better word. We decided, let's start at the 1%. And then with all of the overhead and things like you were mentioning, is sustainable the route? Because I'm nervous. I don't know if it's fake, etc. We're starting with 1, but my intention is to grow closer to 7.
I mean, that's awesome. I mean, I feel like very rarely do you see brands, especially smaller brands, have that sort of mission attached to it. And it's so important in today's world. Like, I would much rather do business with someone that's given back than just taking all of the money. Okay, but you really curated everything. Okay, so if you are listening right now, you're probably like, oh, it's the website. It is sintavintage.com. Okay, so go to the website right now. We know you're interested, sintavintage.com. But how do you curate this list? Yeah. Because you have so much to choose from.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, when I started back in December, right before launch, I didn't know, would my inventory come from my own personal collection? So that's where some of the pieces have come from. I don't right now consign. So I didn't think about that at the time. I was very quiet about this. I didn't even tell, I told maybe my immediate family, but I didn't tell anybody else. And so I just started sourcing. So back in November of last year, I went to Japan. And I think this is what really accelerated and had a driving force behind it. It was very clean, luxury everywhere. not the most affordable, but what I loved was clean, that everything
literally.
Yes, it didn't stink. I mean, some things you hit like a point of like storagey smell, but everything was so well kept and massive variety. So what I did was I reached out to some of the places that I had bought from and tried to network and get into this little group. And then because I had sold previously my own collection over 15 years, I'd met some resellers as well in Canada. And so I started to speak with them and they were like, finally, you're entering into the same place that you've been for many years in a formal sense. So the things that I look at are things that are well kept, as I mentioned, and I have access to so many beautiful pieces. For example, this is a Keep All 45. So it is for those of you that can't see it, it's I guess a very common tote bag or what do we call these?
Like a duffel
bag. Duffel bag.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kimmy. Like a duffel bag. And it's in the classic monogram print. This retails, I think, I was just preparing it because I wanted to post it, $22.40 USD. And what I have it on for is $847 USD.
What?
Wait, $847?
Yes. $847
for a whole duffel bag?
No way.
with a strap.
Wow.
And pristine inside.
It looks beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
And everything is, I think the thing is like, how has it been maintained? Just a little bit of darkening there, but it's gone through a bag spa. I clean everything. So yeah, 60% off.
Wow. Insane.
Oh my gosh. Wait, I saw Cammie's eyes light up. Okay, so let's go there because I know that's where you want to go. Like I can feel the aura through the computer so vividly. You both have gone to Japan and you guys are both like, yes, luxury, clean. Like, what does that mean?
Japan in general is extremely clean, like the public restrooms, everything about them, their mannerism. But she's not talking about that. She's talking about like the bags but I think that it just stems from the people. Like they're just not dirty people. Like I think that they keep their things in pristine condition. But like, yeah, there's tons of vintage shops in Japan when you go. A lot of people just go there just to shop for vintage because the Japanese love name brand. And so they do it really well there.
Yes. And so I dug a little bit deeper and because I was in awe, just the streets are clean. The shops are quiet. They're just a very humble, hardworking community. So as I understand it and why there are so many vintage stores is a lot of times they will spend their hard-earned money. They'll buy a bag as an example, and then they decide they change their mind, but they're not into superfluous, excessive amounts of things. And so instead of having a closet full of items, they know that they can turn it back into the sustainable luxury market and buy something else. So did you see, Cammie, how many Birkins? I've never seen so many Birkins in these stores here. You can't even get your hands on one. And they're just lined up.
No.
Yes.
So like you could go into an Hermes right now and say, I would like to purchase a Birkin, and they would say no.
Correct.
But if you go to Japan, they're lined up.
Yes.
And how much are they?
I think so depending, right? The thing that with the Japanese market is they're very expensive, but because of, let's say there's a wrinkle to them, that's perceived as a higher drop than we would in Canada or the US to the value. And so that's why people, and it might also be access, right? If we go into the store and we can't get one and you're seeing one there in the exact configuration that you're wanting it for, you would pay very close to retail price because if you're not offered it here at the Hermes store, there you can walk right in and buy it and wave it around, come back and wave it around.
So like you've tapped into a market that is like super exclusive because you are in partnership with some of these sources outside of the United States or Canada.
Absolutely. And I think like the top 3 brands right now, there's many, but Hermes, Chanel, and Louis Vuitton. And my focus right now, I'm focused on Louis Vuitton because I know it best, not just from an authenticity standpoint, but I'm in love with it. It's
that's your brand.
My side obsession. Yes.
Yeah.
My first Louis Vuitton. I always tell everyone, like, I'm sure some people are like, ugh, I'm just not into that. Whatever. No, whatever to you. Okay. Because your first Louis Vuitton is some of magic.
It's memorable.
It's memorable, that orange box when you open it, and then it just smells of culture, it smells of tradition, and it's so classic. Like, it's more than just for me, it's like a piece of fashion, right? It's a piece of history, and it's a brand that's been around for so long. Same with Chanel, right? Like, it's just classic. But I had no idea, to be quite honest, that there was businesses like yours where you could source responsibly and know that you're not going to get scammed. Like, do you have any feedback on, like, you just see so many things, right? Like, oh, purchase this. And it's like, but how do you know it's real? Like, do you only trust businesses like yours, or like, what's your whole like insight on all of that?
Yeah. And that the counterfeit space it's massive, right?
Yeah.
There's people that, and now there's the super fake. I mean, it's been around for years, but I feel like it continues to get better and better. Mm-hmm. So, Sinta Vintage, my company, we partner with Entropy. So, and the market that I buy from, so they have a guarantee to me. I have a guarantee to my end customer, but then Entropy also has a guarantee. So I guess it's like a triple backed guarantee.
Oh, nice.
That we don't circulate fakes. I mean, fakes in Japan, as an example, that's illegal.
Okay.
But in Canada and the US, they just come through, right? It just happens. Sometimes people will guarantee that it's authentic because they think it's authentic who they bought it from. And then there was some swap done. So there's a lot of that. You really just have to know where you're buying from. Guarantees are fantastic because it gives you the peace of mind. There's a certificate of authenticity. It runs through AI. So the partner that I do for making sure that it's authentic, it's, I think, millions now in the database of images. I have a specific scanning tool. It goes through and it looks at all the images, and then it actually stamps it as certificate. It gives me a certificate that says this is authentic. So I feel good about that. Because I've been buying Louis Vuitton personally, I can also see it with my eyes, because sometimes that AI tool for me, it's just scanning images, it's looking at the item, but really I know you can feel, you can smell. Those human elements, I think, can't be removed from the validation process as well.
Sure.
I mean, it's good to know that there's a process. Like, I feel like you assume, but it's like one of those things where it's like you're believing what you read online, but yeah, everything's online. So it's kind of nice to know what your actual process is to have commitment. Okay. So you said Louis Vuitton is your brand.
Yes. Why? My favorite.
Yeah. Why?
I think, when you're buying from Louis Vuitton, I know that it's also a status thing like that. I showed you that bag and that symbol.
Yes.
And I find, I don't know if you guys do this, but I love to people watch. So I was just on a cruise ship. I know you two ladies love to cruise as well. But in Miami, that's where we boarded. I'm telling you, all I see is just Louis Vuitton going up the escalator, walking by, coming out of this store, coming out of that store. And I just find I enjoy the brand, but the significance of it. So when I researched it way back, I think, I had graduated from Coach, and Coach was a big deal for me back in 2005, right? And they still make great products. I think they're making a comeback now. I remember reading about Louis Vuitton and the fact that he was poor and he started off as a trunk maker. And what was so cool was he loved his mother so much. And when she died and his father wasn't great, there's this whole backstory on how he said, I'm going to do better. I need to do better. And he had a hunger and a drive that was unique as an entrepreneur. And so he created these trunks. He worked very hard. He got educated. And now his legacy continues onward. And those are the things that, some people, if you wonder about like, who's Chanel? Some people don't even know what she was like. She was crazy, but she was amazing because she had this fantastic story. So I leaned into Louis Vuitton from the beginning, and there was a bag coming out, Neverfull, that you guys probably hear about. It's the ultimate. Yes, I own many. And so that bag is what started it for me, because in 2007, I walked into the store. I had researched it. I had heard about it. And been a fantastic workhorse bag for me for 15 plus years. And now they have limited editions, hundreds of styles. I love it.
It's a classic. I just got my first one last summer.
Did you?
Yeah, last summer we went to Paris.
Tell me the story.
Even better.
Yeah.
Girl, Paris, tell a story.
So we went and I was like, JJ, he's like, I don't want to go in this store. And I was like, please, can we just go? He's like, I know what's going to happen when we go in the store. And then I was like, well, we'll just get one for my mom for her 60th birthday. And he was like, okay. All right. So he was okay with that story. And then I think he just saw how excited I was just to be getting one. We got her like a black Neverfull. And he just looked at me. He said, you know what? Go ahead. Just get it. He'll be like, he said, it's your Mother's Day present for the next 10 years.
So worth it.
But I got the new style, like I think it's called a carry along. It looks kind of like a briefcase, but I love it for me because when I go to the airport, I need like a big bag, but it's not a duffel bag size. But it looks kind of, has a handle, but it's a little bit bigger. It's square. It works perfect as a carry-on for me, so I love it. It's my travel bag. And it's practical. I mean, they have a lot of cute bags, but I'm like, my mom life, it's just not really, all that practical. But this is going to be in my life for a long time.
Yes, and it will last. I mean, they do. You take care of them, a little bit of maintenance, but and a great story.
And what's amazing though is like, if you ever decide like, hey, like, I don't have to carry as much. Like now, you can like turn in and turn up.
That's amazing. I didn't know that.
For sure.
What's your favorite Louis Vuitton bag?
Ooh, right now it's my on the go.
Oh, I'm going to Google it right now.
Look it up. I don't have it here and I'd have to leave you, but it is a tote. So what they said a few years back when it released was, this is the elevated version of the Neverfull.
That's what I have. The on the go.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. Yay. Double handle.
Yeah.
Yes. GM. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yep. That's exactly what I got.
That's amazing. A little more versatile. I mean, I still love my Neverfulls. I don't think I can get enough, but
I like the security of it. It's a little bit more structured. My stuff's more secure. It's not going to roll around the airport floor. So
yeah, and it's a bit boxier. So if you like that structured look, whereas sometimes the Neverfull falls down, caves in. Mm-hmm. Yeah, both amazing choices.
I always loved that the Neverfull came with a little clutch.
Yes, it didn't in the beginning. In 2007, up until about 2012, they didn't have that, just had the inner pocket. And then there was this great evolution of, hey, let's add in this value added piece. And then, people now just use that, right? You go out on a date night, you can just grab that. So it's a 2-in-1 for sure.
This episode of the Mom Betch Podcast is brought to you by BTRnation.com. Oh, hey there, super mom. Are you looking for a snack that will fit your healthy lifestyle and allow you to keep up with your busy days? Well, say hello to BTR Nation. BTR Nation snacks are low sugar, low carb, high protein, high fiber, and low sodium. So it's literally everything that we need to stay energized and feel great. From protein packed bars to guilt-free truffle cups, these snacks are designed to support your active lifestyle and satisfy your cravings, which is why they are my favorite. But the best part is we get to use code MOMBETCH for 20% off and free shipping. So if you're ready to upgrade your snack game, visit BTRnation.com, grab your favorite snacks, and fuel your mom's superpowers. It's the Speedy, right? The Speedy. That was my first Louis purse, also from my husband. But he was like, okay, so you said you only need one and you don't have to replace it. I was like, correct. But like now I have two and I just got a Gucci and I'm just realizing that. And if you're listening and you're like, gosh, that's so materialistic. It's not. Like, it's very nice quality and I never have to worry. It's just so nice. And It's just really special. Like if you enjoy it, right? Like it's not just like a purse. Like you can go anywhere and get a purse, but like you're not attached to it. Like it's like a special moment where you're like, no, this is like my prized possession. This is like prestige.
Yeah. Especially we had those 2 bags and we bought them in Nice, and we're walking through Nice and we got in the elevator and these like millennial couple look at us and they go to my husband and like, he's like, man, you guys did some serious shopping. He's like, this is for my mother-in-law and for my wife. And I was like, listen, y'all, I just had a baby like a year and a half ago. And the wife's like, you deserve it. You deserve it. And I was like, that's right.
Yes. And the memories you attach. And that's, I think, you know, when you think about circular luxury, it was somebody else's moment, right?
Yes.
Those little dings, here's an example. So this wallet is a Sarah wallet, very popular. It had the initials of somebody, and now I professionally removed them. And so you can't even see that.
No.
This wallet that I'm also going to update on the site. So it is, I think it's over $1,000. I think it's probably 1,000. And so on my website, it's $337 USD.
Wow.
All leather, and it's red. So for those red and navy lovers, but that's the kind of stuff that to me makes it more special.
Right. Yeah. Because to someone, it's like, oh, you know, it's someone's initials, but no, like who cares?
And
that's
you can't
awesome.
even see it. So
$300. Oh my gosh.
I cannot believe you sold Louis Vuitton for $300. You can get a Coach bag for $300.
Right. And you're helping and giving back with all of the programs we do. So
that's amazing. So are you at the point where, let's say I'm trying to track down a bag, you can help me do that?
Yes. So I actually sourced an on the go for a colleague of mine at a previous life when I worked at Apple. She reached out, is looking for a bag. I've located one for her. So I'm doing that. It's just sometimes it's not as easy, or, you know, the budget is super tight. And so we might need to flex on that a bit. But yeah, that's the joyous part when people say, I'm looking for, maybe don't have it on the site, give me 2 weeks. I did that for another colleague, actually through her husband, was buying it as a birthday gift. And then ended up reaching out to me because she had said, hey, now that you've got this business, can you find me this discontinued bag? And then we ended up giving it to her. He paid for it for her birthday. And that was pretty cool.
That is cool.
I mean, it brings up a really great point that Mom Betch is. You can direct your husband to this site and like, this is what I do with James, just in case this wants to work with anyone else. I always come in hot. So I'm going to give you guys a little negotiation tips, okay? I come in hot. So for example, we'll just use our couch. I wanted a restoration hardware couch. Knowing that couch is definitely out of our price point. It's like $13,000 for 6 months. I told James, that's the couch I want. You can't talk me out of it. Fast forward to when I actually need to purchase the couch. I know I want the West Elm couch, which is half the price. But inside of James' head, he had that there was a chance that I might be getting this restoration hardware couch that by the time we went to West Elm, he was like sold. And we purchased it that night. So Mom Betches, I do it. It still works. And sometimes he'll question me, but it still works because he knows that I might do something crazy. So Mom Betches, all you have to do is take your significant other to a Louis Vuitton store. Let them see the price tag. And then say, oh my gosh, I listened to the Mom Betch podcast and I found this exact bag that's sustainably resourced. It is, what do you call it again? The love? Second love?
I think pre-loved, but I call it circular luxe.
Yes,
circular luxe.
Circular luxe, pre-loved bag for literally 60% off. Sold.
Yes.
Yeah. They'll sold every single time. Like just if anyone wants negotiation tips on how to get your bags, come to me because
I agree.
You just gotta hustle.
Steal that. I really like your strategy. I wasn't thinking about that, but I'm using it.
And I'll commit for months. If I know something, like I will bring it up weekly. It's like I I'm a hard commit to trick them, especially the longer we're together. But it works every single time.
People,
no, it's not.
This is real. This is her real life. Like this is their marriage dynamic. Like,
no, seriously.
But it works. And then he gets the comfy couch too.
Right. But like in this case, like everyone wins. You get your luxury item, but you're getting it at such a great price. Like that's really, I mean, not to say it's affordable because it's a luxury item, right? Like it's definitely a lot more manageable.
But I mean,
if you're
going to go to Coach, you're going to drop $200-$300. Even if you go like the outlet, right? You can get a Louis Vuitton wallet. That is just blowing my mind.
Sure can. Yes.
Blowing my mind.
I mean, for 2 Coach purses, you can have that duffel bag.
Yeah.
Coach is expensive. It's not what it used to be. It's not like you can go a couple $100, or even Michael Kors is very expensive. The outlets are still very expensive. Same with Kate Spade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're hundreds of dollars at the outlet. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you work with suppliers, but what if I wanted to sell my bag to you? Like say there's someone out there that has like a really unique, luxury piece. And they're like, you know what? Like, I'm ready to move forward. Can they come to you and like work with you, or do you only strictly work with?
Oh, no, absolutely. I started off with inventory, my own source inventory, but that ties up a lot of capital. And from a growth standpoint, and then having people reach out on a regular to ask the same question. I want to buy something from your site, but I got to offload stuff. Could you take the stuff that I'm looking to get rid of? And then, so yeah, I think consigning or buying outright is something that I'm exploring heavily now. I have one person last week who reached out that sent me a picture actually of 10 pairs of shoes, all designer shoes, and said, could you help me with this? Oh my goodness, for sure. Why wouldn't I? I'd be silly not to. As long as I'm okay with the condition, they'll go through my quick mini spa that I do with my own 2 hands. I'm good to go.
So if a listener is listening and their go-to brand is Chanel or Hermes, can you still help them? I know you're LV girly.
Yes, for sure. I was able to source an Hermes belt. I mean, I'm not at the Birkin level yet, but I think that's also my wanting to be familiar with the brand, to be educated on it, to not just be selling. When I get like, I'm at a certain age in my life. Again, I mentioned I have adult children. I want to do things with intention, right? And it's not just this grab and cash thing. It's more of I want to feel good about some legacy that I left for my kids, and being able to do something good for the environment and to bring surprise and delight to women and men, whomever that are interested in the luxury space. But yeah, maybe some people have the money, but they don't want to spend it because they're like, it just, that's how you keep money in the bank.
Exactly. Why not?
So how would you describe your process? So you're on sintavintage.com. I find the bag, like, what's the process to purchase and like delivery, etc.?
I think it's very easy. It's no different than any other online store that you'd go on. You take a look, you read the description. I've actually added in quite a few videos because sometimes people want to see the video. So I have a YouTube channel at Sinta Vintage, and I try to load every single item on there as a video. Try to talk about it. That way you can see if there's an imperfection. Can you handle that? I don't source anything with smells unless it's just a slight vintage. I don't like smoke. I don't like fragrances. I try to stay away from that so people aren't surprised. Then you check out, it's through PayPal, Goods and Services, which is a normal platform. And that also guarantees you, again, because you're buying through a secure source. Mm-hmm. And then I very quickly try to package up and do it next business day. I'm obsessed with that, knowing from my own personal experience how quickly I want that item.
If I am looking at your inventory and I have questions, are you easily accessible to answer them, show more pictures, etc.?
Absolutely. And I think some people are surprised by the transparency around it. I even try to videotape me packaging it up. A picture right before it hits the Canada Post or UPS, just because I like to know parts of the journey that it goes through, and it not just be, a transactional thing. So as much as I can immerse in a white glove experience for my customers, I do that.
I have 2 more questions for you before we wrap. The first question is handbag related. How do you determine the price?
Ooh, I like that question because I know when I started, it was, okay, what's the average markup, right? How much are people making in this space? So I know what I can do to be sustainable. And is there a small profit left? So what I do is I will take that amount. There's little things like, okay, what do I need for the supplies for the bag spa, the certificate, right? That's a whole other piece for me to have the software and to have the hardware physically in hand to do that. And then there's, me just trying to be a small business owner, but my markups are not anywhere close to, I think, where people trend. And I think it's anywhere from 20% up to 100%. Markup. I don't live in that space. I don't feel good about doing that. And I'd rather take and give back.
Okay. My last question for me is, you said that you are a mama of 4 adults. What is your mother flipping skincare routine? Because you are flawless.
I was thinking that too. You look amazing.
I can't even believe you're even mentioning that because I went on a cruise and I always end up with raccoon eyes and my kids say, Mom, the sunscreen and the freckles are coming out. I use La Roche-Posay, European brand. You can get it at Shoppers Drug Mart. You guys can probably get it at what's your local Walgreens? Maybe,
CVS. Yeah.
CVS. So I use that. I've been trying Japanese skincare. Eventually I'll put it up, but it's like 2 things I was trying, which is like a skin toner, which is really just their moisturizer or like a foundational moisturizer, but I'm not fancy. I don't have time. I have too much time packaging and stuff and getting ready for Sinta. Figuring out social media is my...
I mean, you look fantastic. There's not like
Thank
a wrinkle
you.
to you. Do you have any questions? I feel like we covered everything.
Oh, so good.
This was an exciting episode.
I love you guys. I'm obsessed with listening to I have to catch up because I've been on holiday. But I ate that one up. That was so good.
Disney one's good.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, Jasmine, thank you so much. I mean, we know you're the queen of Louis Vuitton, but if you ever do decide to expand, right, into more vintage, rare finds and brands, like we definitely have to have you back on because I definitely could go on a cruise through Chanel and Hermes in the future. But Betches, go to sintavintage.com, at Sinta Vintage on YouTube. Are we missing any other places where we can find you?
Instagram at Sinta Vintage.
Okay. You have it. Sinta Vintage is your destination for sustainable, what do we call it again? What is
Circular
luxury.
Circular luxury.
Thank you, Cammie.
And she gives back. And she'll help you find something you're looking for. I mean, people, this is a one-stop shop. I'm very excited about this. You're going to have to pry this website from my cold dead fingers.
I literally can't wait. I can't wait. As soon as that duffel bag posts, I'm going straight to James and saying, like, I really want this.
I was looking like that because I was like, this Betch is going to try to take this duffel bag.
I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. Watch. I'll have it in 6 months.
2240 was the starting point, FYI.
2240. I mean, I'll just have it. You know what I'll do is I'm going to put it on my phone and rest it on the bed before we go, where he looks at it before I get into bed. And he won't say anything to me. Okay, ladies, if you need any negotiation skills, you let me know. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you.
We love you so much. And
me too, guys.
We're so excited to see where your business goes.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm very humbled. I appreciate it.
Women need to empower women, and our voice matters.
Bitch.
Welcome to the Mom Betch Podcast.